Let me take you back to 2017, a year where white girls everywhere danced to that one new Spanish song, Despacito. Breath of the Wild was just released on Switch, the Me Too movement was just started, Breath of the Wild became the greatest game of the year, PewDiePie did a noopsie, Vine was just shut down, new DLC for Breath of the Wild was just released. Wait, what the fuck? Why is there so much Breath of the Wild content in this script? Oh right, it's because I fucking love this game, dude. Oh my god. Open world gameplay, exceptional story, great characters with amazing voice acting. Holy shit, do I love this game. With the development of Breath of the Wild and the story created through development, the creators truly made an addicting masterpiece. I'm not even kidding. I've sacrificed sleep on this game. I've amassed 180 hours on it alone, and up to now, I've only beat the game once. However, I've enjoyed every bit of it from start to finish, addicted to completing every single objective, and gathering every seed for a golden piece of shit. The developers truly put in some hard work, from the way you need to progress to the dialogue, to the movements and designs of the characters. The devs put their heart and soul into bringing to life such a storyline, and to understand that, we will have to dive off the deep end and look at the history of Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda is a game series that's well known throughout the gaming community. From those that have played it to those that have never touched a single game in the series, everyone has probably heard of Legend of Zelda. But why is that? Zelda has been around for decades, with its first game being released in Japan in 1987. It was one of the first games to have such lengthy gameplay. As the goal was to explore, many found it frustrating when they couldn't figure out a puzzle. Those weak-willed motherfuckers. However, when some managed to find hidden pieces, it would not compare to any other experience. With exploration comes loot. You would gain all sorts of items to help you along your journey of rescuing the princess. With enemies blocking your way to the princess, it was obvious you would be in need of items to help you defeat them. You needed to upgrade equipment, tactically choose battles, and win fights to conquer your quest. These are all original concepts which Breath of the Wild is now based on. Although it no longer looks like a 2D Mario game and has a totally different gameplay than before, Breath of the Wild is still built on the same fundamentals the original Legend of Zelda was. With the core of Breath of the Wild built around Legend of Zelda mechanics, just what foundation makes Legend of Zelda games Legend of Zelda games? The first game resolved around role-playing, action, adventure, and puzzles. And yes, you heard me correctly, role-playing is an important part of the game series. To play the games correctly, you must dress like Link and act gullible. Role-playing is not just about dressing like your favorite furry, you addicted swine. Role-playing is defined as to act or perform the part of a person or character. In this case, you play as Link, the protagonist trying to save Zelda. You are literally playing the role of Link, since after all, Link is just a piece of hollow code with no life. To bring Link to life, you must control him and complete quests. These quests given to you usually include avoiding enemies or clashing with them to complete the quest. Back then it may not have looked like much action since games were all pixels, but this changed in the more modern times. The quests that are given are usually not on the same screen, forcing players to explore the surroundings. These adventure aspects often led to puzzles that were key to moving on. Throughout each game, role-playing, action, adventure, and puzzles have been a foundation which keeps being refined with every new game. Pour another glass of wine, baby, I could die tonight. The original Legend of Zelda games are fun, but what makes Breath of the Wild so different? Well, if you truly want to know, you must play the game for itself. Though, not right now. Finish my video first, you no retention-holding goldfish. Once you start Breath of the Wild, you'll be amazed at the breathtaking world of Zelda. It is no longer 2D, and it feels more alive, thanks to the amazing work that developers put in. The true sight to behold is not the graphics, the storyline of Breath of the Wild, paired with the classic Legend of Zelda music, creates this atmosphere of immersion. It makes all those who play it yearn to quench their thirst of curiosity by diving deeper into the game. From start to finish, the whole story makes up a true masterpiece. As one plays Link, the story vividly appears. Link begins by suddenly waking up in a strange place, everything seeming new to him. Coming outside into the tutorial area, the Great Plateau awaits the player. The best tutorial experience I've ever had. A vast expanse where one learns of shrines, spirit orbs, powers of the Sheikah Slate, towers, and a random old man? Not just any old man though, but a flying old man.
To be specific, he uses his famous paraglider, a tool given to you after completing the shrines in the Great Plateau. After his sudden disappearance when gifting Link, and by sudden, I mean he literally fades out of existence, Link is now released to explore the rest of Hyrule. Paragliding down the cliff, Link must find Impa, an old lady in Kakariko Village. Heading directly there, one finds shrines, puzzles, and a stable. The freedom of the gameplay allows for a diverse manner of playing. I can go anywhere, in any order, completing side quests and accomplishing as many objectives as possible. By finding hidden treasures in those golden shits, I could also expand my abilities to allow a broader range of gameplay. By exploring and observing, finding memories was also an enjoyable experience. Additionally, each memory revealed Link's past more in depth. But focusing back on the story, there are 4 divine beasts Link must employ by his side. Gerudo, Zoro's Domain, Goron City, near Death Mountain, and Rito Village all have different types of beasts. Each one of these are controlled by champions who Link learns more about in the Champions Ballad DLC. The most interesting beach to reach was near Gerudo Town. To reach him, I had to enter the town, but only women are allowed in it. So in a creative twist, Link must dress up as a woman to be able to enter the city to accomplish his mission. After freeing each beast out of Ganon's control, Link remembers the champion associated with the beast, and the ability to fight Ganon. However, there are still many things to be accomplished, like obtaining the Master Sword, finding fairy fountains, and finding the Horse God. Speaking of him, such a weird yet interesting deity. He can fucking revive any horse that has died. Link lost his best horse? No problem. Just pay him a few rupees, and he will magically revive your horse. Then with the fairy fountains, they assist in upgrading Link's gear, which eventually gives him extra abilities. These are extremely beneficial in intense fights with enemies and just overall gameplay. But besides having such an extreme variety of things to do, I love the unique creature one comes across while playing Breath of the Wild. Like the Stout Horse, a skeletal which you can only find at night. And the most unique ride is the Lord of the Mountain, found atop Satori Mountain. He is a glowing mythical creature, basically the king of animals. Then enemies-wise, there is a rare Malduga, a mold desert creature. It looks like a giant version of the sand seal, but mixed with a fucking fish. Of course, there are fun elements of unique animals/enemies and solving puzzles and shrines, but why not add surfing to that? Yeah, I know, surfing. It's unexpected, however an amazing element to the game. By shield surfing, Link is able to ride a sand seal, blast down the snowy mountain like snowboarding. Not only that, but in certain side quests, I would have a time to beat to win a great prize. Even a better shield for surfing. Overall, as you can see, there's a crap ton of stuff to do, which makes me love this game even more. But enough ranting. Looking back at the main storyline, Link acquires the main quest called the Hero's Sword. If the player travels to the simple place called Korok Forest, that's where I exchange the golden shits, they'll be able to pull the Master Sword. But it really isn't that simple, because the damn forest is the game's maze. If you walk too far off into the woods, Link is simply lost, confused, and wiped away. Anyways, if one can find his way, this quest is given. If Link has enough health, he has the ability to pull the Master Sword from the ground, kind of like Excalibur's story. This well-known blade enables Link to easily defeat Guardians, Ganon's primary subordinates. Now if I feel like it, having all the beasts by my side and the Master Sword, I can go on ahead and defeat Calamity Ganon. The conclusion of the story, the final fight. I entered Hyrule Castle, ready with ancient armor and the Master Sword, and I defeated a few Guardians and made my way up to the top. Taking a long, deep breath, I was ready to enter the Sanctum, the residing place of Ganon. Walk in, and the floor breaks. Tension fills the air. My heart is pounding, and I'm ready to fucking wreck this calamity. A long battle ensues, with perfect blocks, masterful dodging, and strategic counterattacks. Finally, Calamity Ganon is taken down. But wait, it cuts, and... oh shit! He's still alive. A towering beast is upon me. Dark Beast Ganon. Using Zelda's help, Link obtains the most powerful bow in the game, and targets the beast's weak spots. Finally, he is taken down. Heart pounding and full of joy, I found it to be the most amazing fucking boss fight. Calamity Ganon, not Dark Beast Ganon. What the fuck was Dark Beast Ganon? Then a cutscene issues showing the beautiful expanse of Hyrule, and Zelda speaking to Link. For an ending, it was beautiful, simple, and appropriate for such an amazing experience. Again, I'm back to my last save, knowing full well what I must do. I must complete every other thing I haven't completed yet. Never before did I feel like I needed to do that. But this was just the beginning of the rest of my continued amazing experience. Breath of the Wild was the only single-player game I had beaten in years. And prior to Breath of the Wild, the only games that I have beaten were the Lego Movie video game, Minecraft, if that even really counts, and Titanfall 2. And all these games that I've started aren't bad. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Breath of the Wild was different from the others, with a storyline capable of immersing you in a whole new dimension of the freedom and doing basically anything. Virtually, who couldn't love Breath of the Wild? I genuinely enjoyed my first time playing Breath of the Wild, so I highly recommend you try it out. It may not appeal to you at first, however. If you just try it, I promise that you will enjoy every ups and downs of this game. If you enjoyed this video, go check out my last one on why I hate TikTok. And thanks for watching. My name's iamTwig. Peace.